Hello, today we are in the People's Park in Shanghai. As you can see, we have got a spot of April showers, but that's not putting us off having a look around, and in a way it just makes it look more beautiful because everything looks a lot greener.
You know, it's a bit of a wet day, people are still taking advantage of the space. As you probably see, loads of people are taking advantage of the fountains behind and playing with them. Although no one's actually running into them today, because it's understandable it's quite wet and cold.
Okay, so this is the Shanghai Museum. It's a free museum in the People's Square area of Shanghai. It's only 11 o'clock on a Sunday, and already there's a very long line to get in. So my advice is, if you want to go there, then you need to get there early. You'll note the strange architectural design. The design's supposed to represent a Chinese ding vessel. Hopefully I'll tell you a little bit more about those inside, along with some sculptures, ceramics and calligraphy galleries, to name but a few.
Hi. We're just walking around looking at all the different shops and the throngs of people that are around us.
Oh, and there's an M&M World, which is literally a whole shop of M&Ms, so we're going to check that out. Hi, I'm currently on the Bund in Shanghai with my friend Stephen here. We're at the former headquarters of HSBC, which is now the Shanghai Pudong Development Bank. And if I just turn around, you'll be able to see the typical Shanghai skyline behind me, though it is clouded in mist. It's a April showers kind of day today, but that hasn't stopped a whole load of tourists coming out. As you can see, it's quite a busy day.
We just crossed the Yangtze River and we're in the other side, the Pudong side of Shanghai. Behind me is the Pearl Tower, which is pretty impressive even though the top of it's hidden in the clouds. We're not actually going to go up the tower ourselves because we went to the Cronus Towers over in KL. Instead we're going to go into the basement of it and go into the Shanghai History Museum.
Welcome to East Nanjing Road. Hello, on East Nanjing Road in Shanghai, there are a lot of people. Like, that's usual for China, there's always a lot of people in China, but this is like a crazy large amount of people. We are walking towards the Bund on a Saturday night, on a very mild evening though, so what do we expect?
Good morning, we're here at Shanghai Zoo, and before we leave Shanghai to go back to Wuxi, we thought we'd come and see the great symbol of China, the giant panda. I've never seen one before, so I'm looking forward to seeing this animal which I've heard so much about. So behind me you can see one of the giant pandas which have been munching away on bamboo. Quite typical really, what we're told about. The other one is just sitting and relaxing. We have plenty of space for just the two of them, and it's incredibly popular with all the Chinese people here also at the zoo with us today.
Again, and we're currently at the Shanghai Jewish Refugee Museum. We're actually standing at the moment at the site of the old synagogue, which was used by the Jewish community, which fled from Vienna just before and during the start of World War II. Okay, so we're in Shanghai and we're in an area called Yuyuan, which actually backs onto the Yuyuan Gardens. You can probably see behind me there's a lot of people here, a lot of tourists, a lot of locals, and there's just a lot happening. You can go shopping here, there's a lot of haggling, there are some food markets, there's some street food, lots of places to sit and just kind of soak up the atmosphere. And we're on a street that has a lot of the traditional crafts of the area. So we've got dragon, phoenix calligraphy, paper cut silhouette, we've got carving, silver, we've got all sorts of local crafts being sold here and showcased, which is pretty amazing. So if you want something that symbolises kind of Chinese culture, then this is the place to be.